What is good? What is up? It's Jordan or Texans Thoughts, and I'm back with another film breakdown. Today, we are going to be breaking down a matchup between Texans cornerback Jonathan Joseph and Bengals wide receiver AJ Green. JJ has always been super underrated around the NFL, but we Texans fans know just how good this man was, especially in his prime. You know, it sucks to see him go, but I wanted to pay tribute to him with this video. And it's pretty fitting for us to look at a game against the Bengals and matched up with AJ Green. It's some definitely top-notch competition. And I looked at a game from the 2014 season, and as you can tell from the thumbnail, Green had 12 catches for 121 yards. And I normally don't like to tell you the stats until we see all of the film, but this video is just such a perfect example to show why box scores don't tell the whole truth, and you've got to watch the film to see the full picture. How much of that production was actually against JJ and that he was actually responsible for. So that's what I'm going to find out today. And if you enjoyed the video, please do hit that like button, subscribe to join the team, and comment down below your thoughts on the video. Now let's break down the film between Jonathan Joseph and AJ Green, because the film don't lie. So I'm going to break down this game in chronological order, and one thing we got to know is that JJ basically exclusively plays on this left side of the defense. The Texans rarely ever ask him to follow wide receivers around and just let him play where he's comfortable on his side. So the Bengals knew this and had AJ line up against the right side of the defense basically all day long so that he could get matched up against lesser cornerbacks like AJ Boye and Brandon Harris and feast. And early on in this game, man, did AJ Green eat. He was able to pick on these cornerbacks that were playing in off coverage and giving him such a big cushion, because you got to respect AJ Green's deep threat ability. And so the Bengals were content with just taking these 5, 6, 7 yard free gains essentially that AJ can get all day long. So that was a big part of his production, and I didn't care to break down those routes because they were just simple curl routes, but this one we gotta appreciate. This is a real nice out route out of AJ Green. He embarrasses the cornerback right here. I mean, I know it's not against JJ, and even if you're a Texans fan, this is just great football to watch and appreciate and learn from. And so what he's gonna do is, at the stem of the route, he knows he's going outside, but he's gonna fake inside so nicely to sell the cornerback that direction to get his hips flipped inside, and then boom, he's gonna take a hard plant and cut outside and create so much space. That's just nasty, and it's crazy for AJ Green because he's a tall dude, and for him to be able to move like this, he's a crazy athletic specimen that just shouldn't move the way that he does. And he was just a problem for any cornerback not named JJ all day long. It just looked way too easy for him, and we weren't even making him work for these catches. And so finally, we saw their first matchup in off-zone coverage, and AJ still wins. Again, the Texans are just playing with too big of a cushion that any underneath route is just too hard for cornerbacks to drive on and beat AJ Green to his spot. But for some reason, the Texans were still adamant in not having JJ shadow AJ Green, and it was getting real bad. It seemed like there was nothing we could do. And they never made a complete adjustment, but here in the second quarter, we finally see JJ was going to start to cover AJ Green more. And on this crucial third down, he covers him well. He doesn't get targeted, doesn't allow a catch, and he gets the Texans off the field. And I love what JJ does technique-wise here. He doesn't keep on backing up really quickly in his back pedal. He's actually slow to back up, and he does that because he knows that AJ Green, he wants this curl route. It's been working all day long, but JJ ain't having it. And I love what he does here. You see his back foot and how he's pounding it so many times. Like, that doesn't look like normal footwork, you know what I mean? He's pounding it so quickly because he's trying to time when to break on the ball. He wants to have that foot active and ready to plant off of it and shoot forward and be able to break up the curl route. And that's exactly what he does. Look how quickly he reacts to AJ Green, and he could have undercut that ball if it was thrown. And the other important thing about that play is that it was another third down where the Bengals didn't complete, and JJ helps get the Texans off the field. But like I said, JJ still wasn't exactly following AJ Green around the field, and the Bengals did really well to get the ball into his hands quickly, and he did great to pick up Yak. Now, this is one of the best plays from him all game long, where he uses his size to his advantage, and he just plucks the ball out of there. There's nothing the cornerback can do in this play. Back shoulder fade, that's his money play, man. And Green is just too nice. Now in his third snap against AJ Green, the Texans finally line JJ up closer to the line of scrimmage to challenge AJ Green. No more free stuff, and JJ makes him work for this one. Green runs a nice slant, however, it gets open for the catch. It makes a nice contested catch. And so looking at the route right here, Green does a great job to release a little bit slightly outside and then take a hard plant exploding inside, crossing the face of Jonathan Joseph, who's quick. Jonathan Joseph was always quicker than he is fast, and he's able to recover back into position here, and he gets his hand right into the catch point, and I don't know how he didn't break this one up. He is right there. This is as tough as you can make it, but that's just better offense, you know? And JJ was clearly pissed, and he won revenge, and look at this. Ooh, he gets the interception, and he's got one man to beat, and he cuts it inside and then cuts it outside, and then, ooh, get off of him. You can't catch JJ. Even like 28-year-old, 30-year-old JJ, that's embarrassing, man. What you doing, Bengals? He ain't gotta do you like that to his former team. The disrespect. Oh, you gotta get out of here with these curl routes all day long. JJ reads it, he picks it off, and he brings it home for 6. Look at this amazing play by JJ. He knew the curl routes were coming all day long, and so he's sitting on this one. Just like on the first play I showed you where he would turn his hips horizontally like this and be driving his back foot, waiting to break on the ball. This time the throw did come, and he's right there. Easy read, easy pick, and then the jukes. Ooh, the jukes. I see you, JJ. Put this dude on kick return. Go off. So obviously that was a backbreaker for the Bengals and a massive play for JJ and the Texans. And from that point on, Green was held in check. He only had one more catch throughout the day where he just shoved the cornerback aside. Clearly he was pissed off too, but it wasn't against JJ, and this last rep was. He's running kind of a post route here, and it's kind of lazy, and JJ's in good position, but the throw didn't come his way anyways. But that was yet another third down where the Texans got off the field, and it's those high impact plays that really help to show who made the bigger difference in this matchup. So that's going to do it for the film. There really wasn't too much to analyze between the two guys, but it still was the best matchup between them over the years. And like I said, the Texans, they don't really have JJ shadow any wide receivers, so it's hard to get a lot of snaps between him and an elite guy. But this was just such a great game and great example of why stats are misleading, but the film don't lie. Because if you take a look at the box score and see Green finish with 12 catches for 121 yards, and if you didn't watch the game, you'd think Green just toasted our best corner in JJ. But that's really not the case whatsoever, and out of those 12 catches, 10 of them came against non-JJ defenders, and he racked up 107 yards. That's 88% of his production that didn't come against JJ. And so y'all can do math, but that means that Green had just 2 catches for 14 yards while matched up directly against Jonathan Joseph. And like I mentioned throughout the video, the two didn't get a lot of chances to go after each other. There were 35 pass reps in total, and on 29 of those, Green was away from JJ. And so he only got 6 reps to really fight it out. But on those 6 reps, JJ won 4 of them, 3 of which were crucial third downs where Green wasn't even targeted and we got off the field. And then the 4th one was that insane pick 6 where he just read it the entire way. And so those are all high impact plays that JJ had an impact on. And to me, this ratio of snaps really shows that the Bengals were honestly scared of JJ and wanted to give AJ the best matchup possible, so they avoided him. And when you put all these stats into context with the film, I think it makes the winner of this matchup pretty damn clear. So with that said, the winner of this Jonathan Joseph versus AJ Green matchup is, drumroll please, Jonathan Joseph. Now this is really taking my Texans bias out of it, and I'm not saying AJ Green isn't a great wide receiver. He most definitely is. And he showed that this game, destroying any other cornerback on the field, but just not against Jonathan Joseph. And that's the purpose of this exercise. It's not to see how the Bengals won or how the offense did so well. It's just looking at these two guys under a microscope, and JJ held it down for H-Town. So that's going to do it for my Jonathan Joseph versus AJ Green film breakdown. Don't agree with my verdict? Let me know in the comments. But if you enjoyed the video, please do hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and comment down below your thoughts on the video. If you're still listening, you're a real one and I appreciate you. The question of the day is, do you think JJ and or AJ Green belong in the Hall of Fame? Let me know. Also, if you got recommendations for this series, I want to hear it. I'm really trying to branch out and do other teams and other players for this idea. So if you got some favorite non-Texans players and you want to see a breakdown on them, let me know. Alright, this was Jordan or Texans Thoughts. Hope you enjoyed and come back for more. Videos every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Take care everyone, and remember, the film don't lie.